What does happiness mean to you? The feeling of happiness for me is like skiing at Bear Creek. Ever since I was young, my family has loved taking ski trips to Bear Creek and the Poconos. Skiing was tough to get into, but once I learned the basics, going down the mountain was a thrill like no other. Racing my brothers or attempting to hit jumps at the park were some of my favorite memories as a child. As my brothers went to college and my parents didn't ski anymore, I continued this activity with some of my close friends, Jake and Caleb. From skiing down more difficult paths to having deep conversations on the lift, I saw happiness take many different forms. The whole idea of skiing is very symbolic to me, in a way. You wait all this time on the ski lift for only about 2 minutes of thrill, just to repeat the cycle. This can also relate to life. There's often anticipation for big events in your life, and the build-up can often be long and difficult, but in the end, it is all worth the while for the payoff. And, while you're at it, enjoy the lift, because these moments are sometimes even better than the run. One point in my life where I felt I had no happiness left was when my pet dog, Daisy, had to be put down after 15 years. She was a great dog who we had lots of good memories with. Being only 18 years old myself, I felt like I had grown up my entire life with Daisy. She felt almost like a sibling rather than a pet dog. I knew that the day we had to say goodbye to her would eventually come. I just didn't want it to ever happen. I remember sitting in that room the last time we would see her and not feeling like it was real. I had told myself that she was going to live forever. Eventually, we finally had to let go and see Daisy for the last time. It was sad, but at the same time, I felt happy. Happy that Daisy had lived such a great life. Happy that we decided to pick that fluffy white dog from the shelter 15 years ago. You see, I look at a lot of things in my life that I've lost in this way, whether it be relationships, experiences, or people. I'd rather have happiness for a great period and have it taken away, rather than never have it in the first place. Saying goodbye to things is bittersweet, but it helps you reflect on the good times. Another moment in my life of intense emotion was my senior year of high school when I won counties for bowling. Bowling for over 10 years, this tournament felt as if it was the accumulation of all I had worked for, so I knew I needed to show up. I ended up sitting at second after day 1 and making the bracket after day 2. I beat out my opponent to make it to the final matchup. I was nervous and excited both at the same time, but knew I needed to stay calm to perform my best. I ended up just barely winning, but it was all I needed for the gold medal. I remember the intense rush of emotion I had felt, seeing the relief on my parents' faces, seeing the tears in my grandfather's eyes, and seeing my coaches truly be proud of me. This moment of intense adrenaline and excitement showed me another aspect of happiness, the rush and emotion of victory. The moment only lasted for about 10 minutes, but I enjoyed those 10 minutes. At the end of the day, happiness is what you make of it. If you're looking to be happy, I think you have to let things play out. Life will throw many curveballs at you, but if you persist with a positive mentality towards even the lowest points in your life, you will come out being happy. Reflecting on these moments of intense emotion have made me conclude about some uncertainties in my life. In all of these times, when I was at my highest, when I was at my lowest, were all monumentally easier to deal with when I was with other people. When I was having fun skiing, I was able to share these memories with my friends. When I had to put Daisy down, I was able to cope with my emotions through the support of my family. And when I had great victories in my sports, I was able to see how it affected the people who most supported me. Life is beautiful, and it is what you make out of it. If you want to make your life a good one, be happy.